All right, morning. It's Saturday. I didn't record yesterday. I'll show you why. It was just a big pain in the butt day. But I do know today I've got to put a bag of pellets in this. And it's sitting right there. Got it ready to go in for, well, got it set out for tomorrow. So we'll do that in a little bit. I gotta wait for one of the girls to come in this morning. So they'll be out front taking care of customers. I'll get that filled. But to show you what I was doing yesterday was this trailer right here. Wiring. And you know how much I love wiring. The owner here next week, Wednesday. Anyways, one of the days, real soon, the owner and his wife's going on vacation. They're going down to see one of their sons down south, and they're going to tow their vehicle behind their camp motorhome with us. So had to get it ready. I had to fix wires. I had to put lights on it because, like, that light there and that light there, those weren't working. Actually, they were missing. I think it was this one. Both on this side were missing. The front one on the other side was missing, and the one in front of the fender on the other side wasn't working. So I had to change everything out, redo the wiring. Oh, I didn't have to redo the wiring. I redid the wiring to make it a little more simple. Because instead of running with the electric brakes on this, instead of running like 5 different color wires, no, they only ran 3 different colors. It was black, white, and red. What goes to what? So I had to find out literally go through it to find out which wire went to where. Because whoever wired it before me did a crappy job. But he's also been doing this paint job in a can. So I might have to do some more to this. I know I did the wiring. He's talking about he wants to add backup lights to it, so that's gonna make it fun. Next thing is does the motorhome have the wiring for backup lights on it or not? Because most of the people, you get an RV, you got that style plug. That center one right there is supposed to be for backup lights. Does it mean it is? No. But, all right, I am going to finish up my morning routine, and I'll get back to you. Okay, I'll take you step by step on what I do with this stuff. So let's get over here. Of course, not to state the obvious, but of course I gotta take the cover off it. Plastic protective cover. Try not to state the obvious, but of course we're gonna take the cover off of it. And I gotta shut the jacket, it's getting warm. Okay, next important thing we need to do is have a sip of coffee. Gotta get these straps ready to put on the fork, because this is how I'm gonna lift it up, pull the other pallet out, and put the one we use to fill the bin. Now, let's get the forks through these holes, loops. Never walk under forks. Unless it's braced, and it's not really braced, so I didn't take a chance. Now, I know some might be asking, why don't I just put it in the bin like that? Slight problem. That cage right there, we don't have enough clearance over it with the ceiling. And even if we took the cage off, we still don't have enough clearance. So we have to lift it from the bottom. And of course, as I showed you earlier, that pallet. That's what that pallet is designed for. So let me move this one out of the way and get that one under it. And I always set, if like in here right now, it's not really cramped, but it's a little tight. I use that to help protect any product, so I don't run into it if the machine messes up and I run into it. So. I got that pallet placed. Let's lower it down on there, and because see those strings? That's where it's all the pellet's gonna come out. A little more. That's where the pellet's gonna come out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set this down on the pallet, run back the machine up to the other side of the shop, grab the fork extension so I can lift this up and get it into the bin. Actually, nah, let's get up there and get this ready. I gotta move a bunch of stuff on top, so I gotta open the bin up so we can fill it. Got stuff we need to take off, so. All right, now I got everything open, ready to go. I'll go get those extensions and then we'll get it in. Yep, it is that time of the day now. We are open. I was getting ready to go do that. I was just backing away to go get the extensions. Customer comes in, wants a pallet of pellets. So now I gotta go out back and get it with a different machine. So let's go take care of the customer. And of course, what I need to get is back there. I got this tractor in the way, the trailer's in the way, so I gotta do some moving around to get stuff so I can get to what I need to. Now see if we go back to doing what we were doing. Getting that sack in that bin. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get this all out and flowing. Then I'm gonna jump on the machine and bring it in a little bit further so it tries to drop it down here in the center. I see a few wet ones in here, damaged. Hope I didn't see what I thought I saw. I mean, look at the size of it. That's definitely not what you want to see. So I gotta dig some out there. I got a couple more over there. These are, I mean, definitely something you don't want to see. I gotta get down, grab a 5-gallon pail, get this out of here. I mean, yeah, a few of these is all right. All it's going to basically do is create a bunch of fines in the system. You don't want fines, but these are basically commercial grade of furnaces, so we'll be good. But man, I don't know why it's warm all of a sudden. That goes in the trash. That's there. And what I'll do with this stuff right here, so usually it's like speedy dry. When we do oil changes, stuff like that. Yeah, granted, it did pick up some moisture, stuff like that, but it's still good enough to use for speedy dry and other things. All right, I gotta finish cleaning up here. Okay. 20 things going on at once. Bringing in the rest of the truckload that we got yesterday. So I'm gonna stand here, man, the plywood as he comes in with them. I'll throw a piece of plywood on, then he'll go stack it. Try to make things just keep moving. You'll see. We use two different types of thickness of plywood. The thickest one, 3/4, is for the 5/8 is for the very bottom pallet because it takes the most weight. Half and half-inch. The half-inch will go between on the next layer. We're gonna do 2 pallets with a 3/4, it's either 3/4 or 5/8. Got 2 of that. Then we put 2 more on top, and then take this thinner stuff. as I was saying, now the next two are going to come in. I'm going to get this thinner plywood. I don't know if you can see where we're stacking it or not. I think you can. Yeah, you can see. I got to do some more wiring on that. The 3 DOT lights on the very back and the center of it weren't working, so I had to fix that. Standing here when he comes flying in is not good. But I trust that man with my life. Now the next 2 pallets go on the very top. I don't have to do a thing. So while he's been running around, I already filled the stove that heats back here. Not the greatest. I mean, it's not insulated back here, but it helps keep things from freezing. By doing this process, he doesn't have to get jumping on and off. He'll just stop, I throw the plywood on, continue on his way. As you're seeing it, it speeds this process up so much. All right, I gotta go plug in the green delivery truck we usually have in this bay. I gotta go plug that in. It hasn't been plugged in. It's been sitting outside for a couple days. I gotta go plug it in so we can pull it in because it's calling for 3 to 6 inches of snow tonight. Not tonight, tomorrow night. So he wants to get it into the shop. So let's get this plugged in and get the block heater going. There. Got it plugged in, leave it plugged in for about a half an hour. Should start without a problem. It's only a little itty bitty 3306 CAD in this. It's about the same size as the International, the motor, and not the International. Same size motor in the Kenworth. So this thing's, oh, this one's actually a little bit larger. This is 300 horse, and the Kenworth is only 250. But, down the back of the neck. Oh, that was cold. But. All right, we'll get back inside, take care of stuff. I'm gonna have to take off here in a few minutes and go get my daughter. She's coming back from a wrestling meet. See if they all work still. Yeah, everything's working back here. Parking lights, DOT lights in the center. pick up my daughter, brought her home. Grabbed my son, brought him to work. So everybody's where they need to be for a change. So yeah, let's end it here. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. Stay safe. I'll see you in the next one.